So what do we have right now still existing in the USA to suppress Black people from voting? So one is you have voter ID laws. Okay, so certain people, and this is the case with lots of low-income communities, might not have certain types of ID or multiple forms of ID. For instance, lots of people wouldn't have a passport if you don't have enough money to travel. Why would you pay for a passport, for instance? And so certain states will say, well, you need to have a passport if you want to vote. And then the other thing is what are called purges, where basically certain officials are asked to go through and remove certain individuals based on various bureaucratic reasons. So, for instance, removing someone if they haven't got their address, their residence updated in a certain way. We've already seen polling places, so closing certain polling places is another way, the point being that often poor people who sadly are often Black, especially in certain areas, cannot afford to take a large time out of their day or to get public transport or to drive to a polling booth, which is a long way away. Likewise, just making it difficult to vote, requiring a lot of time, which is something that poor people often don't have because they have to work so much. Or literally intimidation. So this is a more sort of visible one, using aggressive behavior to say that you're not able to register, when in fact people might be able to register but are sort of intimidated away by people saying they can't for whatever reason. Another reason that's important is called gerrymandering. If you're interested, you can look up, because it is a weird word, where the word comes from. It's a complicated but quite a funny story, so you can look it up if you want to. But the point is, what it means is when the areas, because voting is done by areas in almost all countries, when the areas, the borders of them on the map are redrawn in order to achieve a certain outcome of the vote. So that's quite difficult to understand without an example. So, point being, this goes on a lot, and you can see that in this specific court finding, you can see the Supreme Court said Alabama had been racially gerrymandering.